As we look across the NBA today and go around to the league tonight on this beautiful Wednesday, November the 15th, tonight's featured a marquee matchup tonight, two marquee matchups, with the first marquee matchup that we'll highlight is a matchup that we may see for some time to come. Now, we all know about the legacies that the Los Angeles Lakers franchise and that the 76ers franchise has as a whole, but over the last few years, both franchises have struggled, pretty much being bottom feeders in the NBA, even with the legacies that their franchises hold. But now the futures look very, very bright for both of these franchises. We see that trust in the process has paid off for the Philadelphia 76ers, that they now have possibly the best big man in the league in Joel Embiid, and a gentleman that some people are already saying may be the best rookie ever in Ben Simmons. Hey, if that's true, those two have a dope force that'll be reckoned with at the Wells Fargo Center for years to come. And as far as our LA Lakers are concerned, hey, Lake Show may be back. Lonzo Ball, is he running the show? Kyle Kuzma is showing that he may be good. We're hearing whispers that Julius Randle may be on the block, but if he's not, is he the cornerstone that the Los Angeles Lakers need in the paint? I don't know. Does Magic Johnson know? We'll find out sooner than later. But tonight, those forces all met at the Staples Center. The 2014 NBA Draft, Joel Embiid versus Julius Randle. Ben Simmons and Brandon Ingram, both selected in the 2016 draft, although we didn't get to see Simmons last year, and we only saw flashes of Brandon Ingram. Markelle Fultz versus Lonzo Ball. Nah, not in this go-around. Fultz is injured, and we don't know when he'll be back in the lineup for the 76ers. And Lonzo Ball, he's still coming along. His first triple-double in his last matchup. But tonight, we don't know what he'll do against the Philadelphia 76ers. Coming into the night's matchup, the Sixers had a record of 7-6, and the Los Angeles Lakers came into the night's matchup with a record of 6-8. And it's looking like, quite honestly, as we look in on tonight's game, that we have a barn burner going down right now at Staples Center. We have a barn burner currently taking place at Staples Center with 46 seconds left in the game. We currently have the Philadelphia 76ers leading the Los Angeles Lakers 112-108. So that's what, with 46 seconds left in the game, we currently have the Philadelphia 76ers leading the Los Angeles Lakers 112-108. Now, I do know this, that it has been a big game tonight for Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is having a big game tonight. In 33 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, Joel Embiid has 44 points. He's 13 for 19 from the field tonight, and he also has 14 rebounds and 7 assists. So Embiid is out here with a 40-plus point performance, flirting with a triple-double with 14 rebounds and 7 assists. We also see Ben Simmons having a big night as well. Simmons so far has 18 points on 8 for 13 shooting from the field. He also is flirting with a triple-double. He has 10 assists and 9 rebounds. So far, the rookie, who many are calling possibly the best rookie ever, currently has 18 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. Robert Covington just signed a new deal. He just signed a new 4-year extension with the 76ers, and tonight, in 28 minutes of action, he has 12 points, 6 rebounds. So he has 12 points tonight, 6 rebounds, shooting 5 for 9 from the field. As far as the Los Angeles Lakers are concerned in tonight's game, they're going to need to step it up quickly. It's 37 seconds remaining in the game. The score is still 112-108. The Philadelphia 76ers still remaining in the lead. Tonight, Brandon Ingram currently is leading scorers for the Lakers. He currently has 26 points. He has 26 points and 11 rebounds. Kyle Kuzma, rookie that I mentioned a moment ago, he almost had a monstrous dunk over Joel Embiid tonight. He wasn't able to complete that dunk in the first half of the game. He has 23 points. As we move along right now, the Philadelphia 76ers have scored again, so the game is currently 114-108 with 26 seconds left. It's looking like the Philadelphia Sixers are going to wrap things up and move on to a record of 8-6 unless the Los Angeles Lakers are able to pull a rabbit out of their hat in the next remaining seconds. We'll let you know how that game finalizes in a moment, but with 26 seconds left in the game, the Sixers are currently up 6 points, 114-108, so we'll let you know how that game goes on. The second marquee game tonight that took place tonight was the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Charlotte Hornets. The Cleveland Cavaliers were capping off a 4-game road trip where we recently saw LeBron James have a big night at the Garden in New York, in Madison Square Garden, where he let fans know that he's the king of New York after the game, after his team led a vicious comeback in the fourth quarter, led by 19 points by Kyle Korver in the fourth quarter. Tonight's matchup once again had, as Dwight Howard called it, the king meeting the dark side. He was calling himself the dark side or the villain. And things didn't go too well for the dark side tonight, as the Charlotte Hornets fell tonight 107-115. The Cleveland Cavaliers are now on a 3-game winning streak, and this is their first 3-game winning streak of the season. It was another monster night for the king himself, finishing the game with 31 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals. LeBron's letting it be known he's the king, and his performances on the court are backing that term up, so we must commend him for that. The Cavs finished this road trip today 3-1. They're 3-1 on their road trip today. So I don't know if the Cavs have turned that corner. I do know that Isaiah Thomas is right around the corner as far as the injury list is concerned. He'll be back in action soon, or actually make his debut for the Cleveland Cavaliers soon, which will be very interesting. But the Cavs somehow are slowly starting to get things done, picking up a big win tonight on the road. Now, it was not just a big night for LeBron, who once again finished with 31 points. Kevin Love also had a pretty good night tonight, finishing with 22 points. Jeff Green continues to be efficient off the bench, finishing with 13 points. And Kyle Korver, who I mentioned had a big night in New York, finishing the game with 11 points tonight. As far as Charlotte is concerned, Dwight Howard, who was talking about being a force, was not a big force on offense tonight. He just finished the game with 8 points. They may have needed a little bit more from the dark side tonight to pick up the victory. Kemba Walker, however, did finish the game with 20 points. And Nicholas Batum, in his season debut with the Hornets, he was out for a while with an injury. He finished tonight with 16 points. Also across the NBA, in a thrilling game in Memphis, we went on to see the Indiana Pacers pick up a big 116-113 win against the Memphis Grizzlies. A 116-113 win against the Memphis Grizzlies. Darren Collison put up a big night tonight. Season high 13 points tonight for Collison. Also a big night tonight for Marc Gasol for the Memphis Grizzlies, as he finished the game with 35 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Now, I must say that Indiana's young team has impressed me so far this season. We've seen players stepping up this year. Paul George is now gone, but it seems like this young Pacer team is still willing and able to get things done. Victor Oladipo, who has been a force so far this season for the Pacers, continue to be a force offensively tonight, finishing the game with 21 points and 6 rebounds. As we mentioned, season high tonight for Derek Collison, as Darren finished the game with 30 points. We also seen off the bench, Corey Joseph finished the game with 10 points. Guard play has been very efficient in Indiana. We'll see if this gets them a playoff berth and if they're able to extend things as far as the Eastern Conference is concerned. But the win tonight was good enough. Marc Gasol once again finished the game with the Grizzlies for 35 points. We also seen Tyreke Evans, who seems like he may be looking for the NBA's Most Improved Player award, finished the game with 18 points tonight. Chanson Parson finished the game with 13 points, and Ben McLemore, who has only been back for about a week, is continuing to look good as the season goes along, as he finished the night tonight with 10 points. So once again, the Indiana Pacers move on to a record of 7-8 after they picked up a big 116-113 win off of the now 7-7 Memphis Grizzlies. I'm getting tongue-tied up here, y'all. You gotta forgive me. Also in the NBA, it was a matchup of Midwest teams, as we saw the Detroit Pistons, take on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. And the Bucks move on to a record of 4-0 since trading for Eric Bledsoe. The addition of Eric Bledsoe has been phenomenal. So far, they are undefeated with him in the lineup tonight, as they pick up a 99-95 win over the Detroit Pistons. Chris Middleton has also looked efficient. He finished the night with 27 points. So these Bucks, I'm wondering, will they be a contender? Will they really be a contender, and will they really show now with another scorer who will allow Giannis to not have to be as aggressive on the offensive side of the ball and allow him to do more throughout the game? Will the Milwaukee Bucks have what it takes to actually be a threat and to maybe push the Boston Celtics or the Cleveland Cavaliers for that Eastern Conference crown? Eric Bledsoe finished tonight going 4 for 12 from the field. He did, however, finish with 14 points, also picking up 6 rebounds and dishing out 8 assists. quiet night for Giannis tonight. He continues to shoot pretty well. 8 for 16 tonight, finishing the game with 21 points, but just 6 rebounds and 1 assist. That's something that's very low for Giannis. Just 1 assist tonight. Former Rookie of the Year Malcolm Brogdon finished the game with 12 points. Former Rookie of the Year Malcolm Brogdon finished the game with 12 points. Big night tonight for A.V. Bradley, just not enough to pick up a win for Detroit. Bradley finished the game going 8 for 18 from the field for 28 points. We also seen big man Andre Drummond finish the game with 13 points. His teammate Tobias Harris also had 13 points as well. Off the bench, rookie Luke Kennard from Duke University finished the game with 11 points. There were several more big games tonight across the NBA. Down in South Beach, we saw John Wall and the Washington Wizards take their talent to the American Airlines Arenas, where they moved on to a record of 9-5 after they defeated the 6-8 Miami Heat 102 to 93. 102 to 93. So I know a few folks that we know aren't going to be too excited about the Heat taking a big loss. It was also a big night for John Wall and Bradley Beal as the duo combined for 53 points. The duo tonight combined for 53 points. And it's good to see these two as they pick up their 4th win, beginning to get a little more chemistry in their backcourt. Wall finished the night with 27 points. Bradley Beal finished the night with 26 points. If the two can continue to have nights like this, they will also be a force to be reckoned with in the Eastern Conference that's beginning to shape up a little more as we get close to the holiday season and the marquee matchups that'll come in December. Tonight, once again, John Wall finished with 27 points. Bradley Beal finished with 26 points. Now, one thing that was interesting was that the Wizards finished the game on a 29-13 run. A 29-13 run. So these young men, I guess they had something to prove tonight. They had to let it know that they weren't going to go down and they were going to pick up their 4th straight win of the season. Otto Porter, gentleman who picked up a big contract during the offseason, over $100 million man, finished the night with 12 points. Markieff Morris finished the night with 15 points. That's a good night for that young brother as he continues to do big things for the Washington Wizards. As far as the Miami Heat were concerned, Philly kid Dion Waiters, Philly Cheese as they call him in South Beach, finished the night going 7 for 18 with 19 points. The Dragon Gordon Dragic finished the night with 21 points. Tyler Johnson finished with 15 points off the bench. And the big man in the middle finished with 14 points. Asad Whiteside finishing with 14 points. I'm quite sure if he's still continuing to want to get his NBA 2K rating, he's going to do more scoring. But he also had 21 rebounds, so he's doing his thing as far as the paint is concerned. The New York Knicks. The Knicks continue to impress and surprise me. Now, I was a little disappointed in the Knicks' performance against the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was their worst performance to me so far of the season, and it was most definitely Kristaps Porzingis' worst performance of the season. But I guess the Knicks knew they needed to bounce back as they picked up a big 106 to 101 win over the Utah Jazz. The Knicks now have a record of 8-6. It was a big night for Tim Hardaway Jr. He scored 14 points in the 4th quarter to finish the night with 26 points. So Hardaway Jr. finished the night with 26 points, scoring 14 of those points in the 4th quarter, letting his teammates know that he would not let them down and that they were not going to lose 2 in a row. It seems like Tim Hardaway Jr., who started the season off pretty slow, is beginning to find his way. He finished the night going 7 for 15 from the field, also 6 rebounds and 6 assists. So it's dope to see him doing things all around for the New York Knicks. Kristaps Porzingis also had a pretty efficient night, 22 points, going 8 for 19 from the field. Enes Kanter, a gentleman whose name has been in headlines a lot recently for the trash talking he's been doing off the court, put up good numbers on the court tonight, scoring 13 points. And Courtney Lee finished the game with 19 points for the New York Knicks. As far as the Utah Jazz are concerned, Rudy Gobert, their big man in the middle, the defensive stopper, will be out for the next 4 to 6 weeks after he suffered an injury a few nights ago against the Miami Heat. So a few other gentlemen on the Utah Jazz are looking to pick things up. Rodney Hood, a young player out of Duke, is looking pretty good. He finished the night tonight with a big night, 30 points, one of his biggest nights so far of his young career. Ricky Rubio continues to look good as well for the Utah Jazz. He finished tonight with 13 points. I must say a gentleman who does his thing from beyond the arc, Joe Engel, did just that tonight, going 3 for 3 from beyond the arc, finishing the game with 13 points for the Utah Jazz, who suffered a tough loss once again tonight against the New York Knicks, 106 to 101. That's 106 to 101. Today, the Minnesota Timberwolves hosted the San Antonio Spurs, and it was a big night for Karl Anthony Towns, the young Timberwolves star, as he celebrated his 22nd birthday birthday tonight. Not only did the Timberwolves snap a 12-game losing streak against the San Antonio Spurs, once again, I also mentioned it was a big night for the 22-year-old superstar. He finished the night with 26 points and 16 rebounds on his birthday. 26 points and 16 rebounds on his birthday. And it was kind of dope because earlier today, I saw highlights and flashes of Karl Anthony Towns on his birthday about 5 years ago, interviewing his favorite player at the time, Kevin Durant, and now tonight we see him scoring over 20 points on his 22nd birthday and helping his team avoid picking up their 13th straight loss to the San Antonio Spurs as they pick up a big win. Andrew Wiggins for the Timberwolves finished the night with 11 points. Taj Gibson finished the night with 10 points. Point guard Jeff Green finished the night with 16 points, and Jimmy Butler finished the night with just 6 points, going 2 for 13 from the field. As far as the Spurs are concerned, big night tonight for LaMarcus Aldridge, who continues to be a force in the middle with 15 points. Paul Gasol also finished the night with 13 points. Paul Gasol finished the night with 13 points. We saw a big night tonight for the Oklahoma City Thunder, who moved out to a big lead in the first quarter, a 27-7 lead in the first quarter, as they moved on to a record of 7-7. They're now 500 in OKC, picking up a 92-79 win over the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls are now just 2-10 on the young season. It was a big night for Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony had a double-double tonight, scoring 18 points and also grabbing 11 rebounds. Carmelo Anthony missed action a few nights ago, but he was back in the lineup tonight, finishing with a double-double and looking good as the Oklahoma City Thunder move on to a record of 7-7, and they're now 500 on the year. Also for the Oklahoma City Thunder, we know that Russell Westbrook, the league's former MVP, is looking to continue his trend. He finished the night with 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. Also, star Paul George finished the night with 13 points. He went 4 for 15 from the field. It was interesting to see. We seen Andre Robinson, a cat who's not known for scoring, go 2 for 2 from the field. That was almost a phenomenal night tonight for him. So, it's dope to see how things take place and that the Thunder are kind of finding their way. It'll be interesting to see what goes on and how things, continue to strike as the season goes on for the Thunder. But they pick up a big win tonight against the Chicago Bulls to move on to a record of 500. And then we see the Portland Trail Blazers. The Blazers picked up a big win. It just went final not too long ago. The Portland Trail Blazers picked up a win tonight, 99-94 over the Orlando Magic. The Trail Blazers picked up a big win tonight, 99-94 over the Orlando Magic. And we also saw in the Big Easy, we saw down in New Orleans, we saw Toronto come into town on the road and pick up a big victory, 125 to 116. So the Toronto Raptors now move on to a record of 9-5. The Raptors are now 9-5. Big game for Kyle Lowry tonight. Almost a triple-double, 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. The Pelicans move on to a record of 8-7 after they finished the game losing once again 125 to 116 tonight. And it is now final. It is now final in Los Angeles. The Philadelphia 76ers picked up a big win tonight in Los Angeles. They move on to a big record of 8-6, something that is big for the young Sixers because Philly fans are used to seeing the Sixers losing over the past few years. 115-109 was the final in Los Angeles. 115-109 was the final in Los Angeles. Joel Embiid finished with a big night tonight. Career numbers for Embiid, 46 points tonight for Joel Embiid. Monster numbers, 15 rebounds and 7 assists. 46 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists for Embiid. J.J. Redick finished the night with 11 points. We also seen Ben Simmons. He's looking like he's trying to average a triple-double, 18 points tonight, going 8 for 13 from the field, shooting over 61%. Also passing out, assisting 10 dimes tonight, 10 assists, and grabbing 9 rebounds as the Philadelphia 76ers pick up a big win tonight. Great night in the NBA. It was a wonderful night in the NBA. Great night in the NBA. I must say, on the 21st anniversary of the movie Space Jam, we've seen a lot of dope things go down tonight. The Hawks pick up their first win at home on the season. The Philadelphia 76ers continue to roll. Karl Anthony Towns pick up a big win on his birthday. And we also got to see the 3 cats from UCLA come home. So it's dope to see that basketball on all levels, collegiate and NBA, had a big night tonight, November the 15th. We'll look forward to seeing you next week. And check us out this weekend. This was Sideline Stories. I'm your host, Terrell Thomas. We've been around the league. Peace and blessings.